There they go. There they go.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
like the sound of that.
We in the building.
Let us know we're back.
Yes, sir. Oh yeah.
He said, "Do-do, do-do."
I said, hell yeah.
Coming to you live from the Sit Your Ass Down studios. Welcome to the Meat and D
Pops and Son.
podcast.
For that ass.
For that ass.
For that ass.
For that ass.
No diddy.
No Diddy. Today
No
is
baby
October
oil.
the 11th, 2024. We thank you so much for listening to us.
Okay.
A couple of rest in peace items. One we used earlier in the week. Miss Sissy Houston, mother of legendary singer Whitney Houston, passed away at the age of 91.
Man.
And Boston Red Sox pitcher Louis Tiant passed away at the age of 83.
Man.
He was a part of that team that went up against Pete Rose and the Big Red Machine in 1975. Excuse me, the 1975 World Series. That was a classic. But Louis Tiant passed away at the age of 83. Birthdays for October the 13th, we got Jermaine O'Neal.
Jermaine O'Neal. Okay.
You saw him a few times. Played for the
Nice
Pacers,
jersey.
the Trailblazers. Paul Pierce, playoff
Okay.
P.
Dang.
Yep. Now turned media member. He won a title with the Celtics. Brian Dawkins, NFL safety, Pro
Man,
Bowler.
beast.
The Eagles and the Broncos. We got Summer Sanders, Olympic gold medalist,
Summer Sanders, not
92
Summer
and 96. American figure skater Nancy Kerrigan. She celebrates a birthday on October the 13th. She won a bronze, a silver. Let's see, Trevor Hoffman, Hall of Fame pitcher for the San Diego Padres, who coincidentally are playing right now
Okay.
against the Dodgers. He was the first pitcher to reach 500 and 600 saves. Man, yeah, Trevor Hoffman was a beast. And my boy, the one and only Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice celebrates a birthday. Who's considered to be still the GOAT. They still call him the GOAT.
Still
Hall
GOAT.
of Fame wide
Greatest of all
receiver for
time.
the Niners, 13-time Pro Bowler. And then I wanted to bring up Tom Mees. He has since passed away, but he is one of the original broadcasters and analysts on ESPN way back when they first started. Tom Mees was one of the first broadcasters, so I wanted to mention him.
Okay.
And then on this day in history, October the 13th.
On this day.
This is one for you. In 2015, basketball player Lamar Odom was hospitalized after being found unconscious at the
Bless
Bunny
his heart.
Ranch in
Bless his
Nevada.
heart.
In 1996, New York
Dang.
Jets, Nick Lowry
Nick Lowry.
breaks John Stenerud's NFL field goal record at
Jan.
374. In 1993, the Mighty Ducks won their first game. And this is one for Cardinals fans. In
That made me
1985, during the NLCS Cards rookie Vince Coleman was injured while he was stretching before the game as his left leg got caught into the tarp. It rolled up on his leg, and
Dang.
he was ruled out for the rest of the season, rest of the playoff stretch, and the World Series. Would have been nice to have had him in the lineup against the Royals. But, yeah, it was very costly for the Cardinals. So those are your birthdays, a little history.
Birthdays was the worst days. Now we sip
champagne when we thirsty. All right, son. It's not a taco.
It's not a burrito.
It's not a pizza.
It's not a panini.
It's not a sandwich. It's a wrap.
It's a rap. It's a good rap.
It's a wrap. And
who's the rap for?
The Robert Saleh experiment
Man,
is over in New York.
You need to go back to the 49ers. Be the defensive coordinator.
I said that, D, and I think he will be. They said that he's going to take the rest of the season off, get his head back right mentally, spend some time with family, because when you take on a head coaching job,
stressful.
That's a lot of time away from family.
Mm-hmm.
He's got 7 kids, 5 sons and 2 daughters.
Damn.
So Yeah, Salah been putting in that work.
Salah said make you holler.
Salah, solid. Pause.
Dang, 7 of them? 5
7.
boys and 2 girls?
Five,
Woo!
5 boys, 2 girls. But
That's
I got a
amazing.
feeling they'll be rejoining
I
the
got
49ers
feeling.
crew. And truthfully, his defenses were the best. It took Kamiko Ryans a couple years to get the defense going. But Steve Wilkes wasn't very good last year. Nick Sorensen is the current D coordinator. I'm not pleased with him. I need Salah back in the building.
Salah. Yeah, no,
That's his
Salah.
strength, D. He's a defensive coordinator.
And just let him focus on the D. Pause.
Yeah, I think he was a little bit over his head in terms of being a head coach. He was 20-36 in his tenure with the Jets. That's horrible. It don't matter what Little League. That's horrible.
Man,
So,
he was.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was just saying he was a head coach. But I thought you was making those puns. You said he was a little over his head. I'm like, that's hard to do.
Yeah, he don't have a enemy, but he's got a pretty big head.
Nah, not a enemy, but
He don't have that enemy.
No, enemy is more like a big fat head. Salah got that strong head. Like it's like you can pause. Let's move on.
But there's 2 things though I will agree with quarterback Aaron Rodgers on. One, there is a human side to coaches getting fired. They've got families that are affected. You got to go home and the whole world knows you got canned.
Yeah, imagine if the whole world knew you got laid
off. The whole world
off.
knows you just got let go.
It's just
you didn't even get a chance to call your wife and tell her.
Man,
she probably was getting texts and tweets before he even got to the phone. And I didn't like the way they did it. They escorted him out of the building. He couldn't go back to his office.
Damn.
It was immediately he was gone.
That's all. See, that's why they franchise been snake bitten, because they don't do things the right way.
They don't do things the right way. So go ahead.
Another thing I was gonna say, do you think they can turn it around? I'm not seeing that. I think it's a wrap for them.
That's the second part of what Aaron Rodgers said. He said the players could have performed better, and they have to own the fact that they're the reason for him being fired. And to answer your question, no. That is a snake-bitten franchise. You took Zach Wilson second in the draft. He's not with the team. You brought in Aaron, and I thought it was a good move. At the time, I was buying in. I was drinking the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, of course.
But I just don't think they have enough. They demoted Nathaniel Hackett, who is Aaron Rodgers' boy. I think they'll play better, but they're not going to do much in the... Even if they made it to the playoffs, I don't think they will. They got an easy path though, D. Miami's trash. It's really just them
you can get Miami,
and Buffalo.
Patriots.
Buffalo.
You get Buffalo. You can. Oof.
See, that's what I'm saying.
And
so it comes down to those 2 teams.
Damn.
Man, I wouldn't be surprised to see New England beat them or Miami.
That's what I'm saying. Like it might be a wrap for him. And Aaron he still can play.
Oh, he can, by all means. I just don't think he has enough weapons, and they don't have any big play capability.
Mm-hmm.
If you notice, all his passes are 20 yards or less. It's really the underneath routes. He likes to get the ball out quickly. If teams keep keying on that, they're going to force him to have to go downfield. Maybe he's not comfortable yet planning on that leg that was injured. For whatever reason, they're not throwing the ball downfield is all I'm saying.
Especially with...
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
With a Garrett Wilson. Yeah, you got a couple playmakers.
And a guy with like a Aaron Rodgers' arm. He used to throw dimes. He can get it. He'll drop a dime out there quickly, so it doesn't really make sense. You'd think that would be their type of offense.
And now that you say that, and I know how much Devontae Adams wants to rejoin him, do you think it's worth it?
That's the way they're looking. If you're gonna go,
it almost be a waste of his time to go.
Yeah,
there.
If you're gonna make and because you can think how long is Aaron Rodgers really gonna play?
Right. What if he just up and retired, or he got hurt again?
Right.
And Devontae's
and he's just there with the Jets, another just big team. Just you know what I'm saying?
I think his best situation is to sit tight, because I got a feeling if they play as lousy as they've been playing, they're probably gonna get a Shador Sanders or somebody of that talent.
Ooh, I'm not going to this Jets.
No, I was saying the Raiders. I was
Oh
thinking
yeah.
that
Oh okay.
Devontae
Yeah. Oh yeah.
would
Yeah. I
just
go to
sit
Vegas.
tight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I go to
just
Vegas.
sit tight and make the best of it. Make the best of it. Get Shador in the door.
Get your door in the door.
Get Shador in the door. Maybe you might be able to do something because I'm thinking it's a wrap for him getting a trade.
Yeah. I mean,
He might be better off just playing like he's injured all season.
I don't know who would have the ability to take on that contract, and who they say maybe the Commanders.
You give Jaden Daniels that weapon,
They're winning the division. They already looking like they're going to win.
They're already
the division,
looking like they're going to win the East.
Win the division,
yeah.
and they're going to scare some people.
They'll challenge some folks in the playoffs.
Yeah, that would be entertaining. I like when that happens because right now
the Saints don't have any cap space. They got $4.3 million in cap space, and if Derek Carr is injured, why would you want to go there anyway?
Mm-hmm.
For Spencer Rattler to throw you the ball, you got that in Aiden O'Connell or the
Minshew.
Gardner Minshew.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, Robert, man, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you back with the Niners on the sidelines.
Yep.
But for right now, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
I mentioned it before. MLB playoffs are going on.
Ooh-wee.
The amazing in 1969, could the 2024 New York Mets be called the unbelievable Mets because they got hot at the right time? They dusted off the Philadelphia Phillies to advance to the NLCS, and they await the winner of tonight's Dodgers-Padres game. And it's going on as we speak. Dodgers are up 1-0 in the 6th inning. So it may be the Mets and the Dodgers, and to see who goes on to the World Series. The Yankees advance after they beat the Royals, and they're waiting to see who they'll play, either Cleveland or Detroit. And they wrap up their season tomorrow, which is Saturday the 12th. And could we be looking at a possible another New York Subway Series?
Ooh.
That would be interesting.
That would be.
Even if you get a New York Yankees and the LA Dodgers, that's
two high markets.
That's ratings. That's your two biggest markets
there. If there are scripts in sports, that's the script they want to write.
That's the one. Either you get the Yankees and Dodgers or you get the Subway Series. Man, New York would just go crazy.
Hey yo, son. Hey yo, son. You going to the game? You going to the game? Who you talking to?
Right. The Jets don't even have to worry about losing, because if the Mets and the Yankees are in the World Series together, you can lose 2 or 3 games and they won't even care.
I don't know if they do performances, but you gotta get Jay-Z or 50 in there.
Oh yeah,
for New York for the Subway.
Oh, Jay-Z will be there, front row.
Oh yeah,
he'll definitely be there. I'm not sure if 50 is a baseball fan or not.
I was just saying, I guess he's New York.
New York.
F50, aka
hey, your son, your kid. We hadn't seen this fine feathered friend in a while. He don't have feathers, but let's get old Jenkins out.
Fine feathered friend. Jink. He was in there. He was eating something.
Jenkins. He's like, man, you finally brought me back out. I hadn't been on in a while.
On me.
Jenkins is here to tell someone that they are a jackass.
You're a jackass.
Jabril Peppers of the New England Patriots.
Jabril Peppers.
Jabroni. Was arrested early Saturday morning and charged with assault and battery with a dangerous weapon, strangulation, and possession of a Class B substance believed to be cocaine. Boom, boom, bam, ding, ding. Cocaine. It's an Eric Clapton classic. Per a police report, cocaine. Peppers has since been placed on the commissioner's exempt list, meaning he can't practice or attend games, but he'll still be paid. So the commissioner, Roger Goodell, looked out for him in this instance. And normally if there's a felony involved or an ongoing hearing or trial or things of that nature, he'll put you on the exempt list. Again, you can't practice, can't be around the team, but you still get paid. So, but
Dang.
man, what are you doing, man, in the middle of the season?
Right. So he's still going to get compensation, even though he's out for the strangulation. This will be a whole lot of frustration and complications.
But he still will have his compensation.
But he'll still have his compensation.
Despite the strangulation.
Despite the strangulation. No, that's all bad.
Man, he's
Man,
trying to perform some eradication.
You're gonna need some eradication.
And it was a young lady that he was that choked out.
No laughing matter. But yeah, you're a jackass, man. You just come on now. Just anytime. You just gotta be an example. You gotta do better.
Oh, and this was the first year he was voted team captain.
You're supposed to be a leader.
Bad. You're supposed to be the leader of men. Defense. You're supposed to show the team this is how you act, this is how you practice, this is how you study.
It's that cocaine.
It ain't supposed to teach them this is how you strangle a
But no, that's all bad, Jabril. Like
Jabroni. That's his new nickname. Jabroni Peppers.
Jabroni Jabril Peppers is a jackass.
It sounds like a movie.
Jabroni Jabril Peppers is a jackass.
It's a jackass. It sounds like a little rom-com.
That's all, man. That's terrible.
That is terrible.
It's terrible, man.
You got my attention, and we're talking about college athletics.
Okay.
And you all brought him up in the Monday night wrap-up show. Ashton Jeanty. And I actually watched a few of his videos, some of his runs. He's already scored 16 touchdowns. He's leading the country in rushing by more than 250 yards. And I'm wondering, D, do you think he might be the one who could get that Heisman away from Travis Hunter? Because he's the supposed front runner, being that he's playing offense and defense at a very high level. But Jeanty is different.
Ah, man.
That dude is different. They're comparing him to Barry Sanders. And what else did I see?
Barry Sanders, probably
he's more like a Derrick Henry in the size and speed.
Like a Ricky Williams.
Yeah, that's the one. That's it.
Yeah,
that's
Ricky
it.
Williams,
yeah, I saw that one. Yeah,
backs who just even like a
big, strong, powerful back.
Not a Darren McFadden.
He was good. Yeah, he was like
was
that.
Heisman. But what was his name from Monty Ball? He wasn't a Heisman, but he had like 35 touchdowns in a season. He had like a single season resume. I'm just saying what he's on pace for, because they said he's on pace to break 2,000 yards. And
2,000 yards, Travis, despite going both ways, playing both ways, should I say?
And it's halfway, like not even halfway through the season.
Halfway,
he's already at 16 touchdowns.
Right. Oh, he's gonna if he continues the pace that he's on, and he plays 30. For Boise State, Matt. For those who don't know,
look up his highlights.
Look up his highlights. He's a hard running. And the thing about it, he just stands straight up. He doesn't get in any kind of stance. He don't put his hands on his knees. He's just hand me the ball.
Just give me the ball.
And the thing is, he's already 6 to 8 yards behind the line of scrimmage when he gets the ball, and he's still rushing for all those yards and still breaking touchdowns. So keep an eye out for Ashton Jeanty. Boise State.
Boise State produces some good backs and athletes.
They do.
I like Boise
Moving
State.
on to the AP Top 25.
AP
up one spot. Texas is number 1. They will travel to Oklahoma on the 12th, which is Saturday, for the Red River rivalry.
The Red River
rivalry.
The Red River rivalry.
The Red River rivalry.
Is a jackass.
They beat Mississippi State last week, 35-13. Up one spot. Ohio State is number 2. They'll travel to Oregon. That's going to be a nice ball game. They beat Iowa 35-7.
It's a real good game.
Again, we just mentioned Oregon. They're up 3 spots.
Okay.
after their win over Michigan State, 31-10. Penn State jumped up 3 spots. They're 4. They'll travel to USC, and that's a game that you typically wouldn't see until the Rose Bowl, something like that. They're coming off a win against UCLA, 27-11.
That's a good game right there.
Yeah, that's a good one. Georgia's 4-1. They're number 5. They stayed the same spot.
Top
They'll host
5.
Mississippi State after their 31-13 win over Auburn. So if Georgia can handle its business, let these other 2 teams, or what, 3, 2, yeah, the 3 above them, 4 above them. But anyway, one of those teams, at least 2 of those teams are going to lose, is my point.
That's what I'm saying.
And,
if he can
and
stay
Georgia
on, they
should
can
be
get
able to get back up around 2 or 3.
Right.
Yeah. Miami's up 2 spots.
Ooh,
They're
shout out to
5-0.
Miami.
They're at Louisville this week. They had a
Miami.
close 39-38 game win over Cal.
They said Cam
Alabama dropped 6 spots after their stunning loss to Vanderbilt last week. They'll host South Carolina. Tennessee, they dropped 4 spots after they lost to Arkansas 19-14. They'll host Florida, and they're 8th. Number 9, Ole Miss, they jumped up 3 spots. They'll be at LSU. They beat South Carolina. South Carolina 27-3. Clemson, now that's one. They jumped up 5 spots and got into the top 10.
Clemson?
Clemson got into the top 10.
They only lost once?
They're 4-1. They beat Florida State 29-13. They'll take on Wake Forest. Iowa State, they moved up 3 spots. They're number 11. They'll be at West Virginia. They beat Baylor 43-21 and tied with Iowa State. Notre Dame rounding out the top 12, 4-1. They jumped up 3 spots. They'll host Stanford. That's going to be a good ball game.
That would be.
They beat Louisville 31-24. So that's your playoff picture right there. The top 12 teams in the country with their loss to Texas A&M.
I was just about to say,
Mizzou dropped all the way down to 21. So
damn, no love. Like,
no love whatsoever.
No love whatsoever.
I knew they were going to drop because that's a game they should have won. That one.
Stop.
You're coming off a bye win. I mean, a bye week.
Shut them down.
You should be.
Stop.
Yeah, you got you got housed. Monday Night Football was a wrap between the Chiefs and the Saints. And even though he threw for no touchdowns, Patrick Mahomes did have 331 yards.
Solid.
Kareem Hunt had a touchdown, as well as Xavier Worthy. Yeah, they both had touchdowns in the win. And I think you mentioned it when we had a guest, and you'll hear about him in just a little bit. But Juju Smith-Schuster, he had a good game, 7 receptions, 130 yards. So Derek Carr was knocked out of that game, and he will not start this Sunday against they got the Bucks, don't they? Yeah.
Yeah, they got the Bucks.
They got the Bucks with no Derek Carr. It's going to be Spencer Rattler.
A lot of people got confidence in Spencer Rattler. We'll see.
They see him as the heir apparent to Derek Carr.
That's
and
not
if Carr
good.
Can't get healthy, that's who's going to be playing.
What did Carr have? Was it a concussion, or he's out with a? They say
it was a leg injury.
Leg. That's what it was. That's what it was. Yeah.
I say ankle maybe, but
they said they riding high on Spencer Rattler there. We'll see. He did have a lot of time in college to play.
Notice they didn't put him in mature. When Carr went out, though. Hainer in there. Hainer moved the ball effectively. Then moving into Thursday night football to open up week 6. We had the Niners and the Seahawks in an NFC West showdown, and Niners got that one 36-24. Brock Purdy had 255 yards, 3 touchdowns. He had 2 touchdowns to George Kittle, as well as a nice 75-yard touchdown to Deebo Samuel.
To go back, we were talking about last week. Was it the Monday Night Show last week about Purdy and why doesn't he get the shine and the light? Honestly, we do got to give him a little bit more credit because I was watching that game yesterday. He was making some plays. Like I'm saying, as far as
smart plays.
No, like smart plays, like running for a first down. Deceptible speed, and I forgot what play it was. He was dropping back, he was getting sacked, but he turned his body, turned back around, squared up, threw it over the middle, and made a completion. I'm like, okay. And it was a good. He was hitting some dimes. So
that one he threw to Deebo for the touchdown was beautiful. How he threw across the field,
right between. I'm like, okay, Purdy, like And it's consistent though. Seahawks is a good team, but Purdy is a quiet sniper. Like
He's
I
got
gotta,
that dog in him,
I
D. If
think
you
you,
watch him enough, he's
I
got
think,
some dog in him.
I think you gotta put a little respect on his name. He was dialing up some throws there. So
Yeah, he was. LaVisca Chenault Jr. turned the game around because the Seahawks were losing, 23-3. And it looked like it was going to be game over. And then he ran back a 97-yard kickoff that turned the game around. That's what got them back in it, gave them a little momentum. The crowd woke up. They got a field goal before the half. It just looked like they were starting to wake up. But 49ers got things back on track.
good division
And to
win.
your point, Purdy had a good game.
It's
The
pretty
rushing
good.
game was good. Started getting a little bit conservative again. They had their foot on their necks, is what I'm trying to say. And it's almost like he's about to let up. They got lax. They let him back in it. And then they righted the ship. But that's one of those ones, too. For a minute, it was looking like, okay, here you go. You're going to let another game that you had convincingly. Go ahead.
I was saying, because they were up 10 and they had a nice little lead. I'm like, the way things been going lately is not
It wasn't
really
safe, was it?
It's really not safe because most of the times when I'm like, okay, they're up, they should win this. They get out to that fast start, and then towards the end, that's why I was surprised the Cardinals won last week because I stopped paying attention to that game because I thought it was a wrap. I thought
should have been.
Should have been, and I look, Cardinals won. I'm like, oh, I already assumed 49ers won that, but that's crazy.
Teoscar Hernandez.
Hey, Oscar. Hey.
Is it a solo shot? 2-0. Got a 2-0 lead, 7th inning. Yep, solo shot. Second home run this postseason. So it looks like the Dodgers are well on their way to meeting up with the Mets. We'll see.
Oscar, I said, what's up?
Teoscar.
Oscar, I said, what's good?
NFL game of the week. D, who you got?
NFL game of the week. I'm going to go. Let me look here.
Mine is Commanders and the Ravens.
I was going to say that one.
And I'm taking the Commanders, D. I'm riding
Ravens
with Jaden all day long.
I got to go with my dog, Lamar. That's my dog for sure.
That's my dog.
Really, that's the game of the week for me. I was trying to pick something. I kind of like Packers Cardinals. It's going to be pretty good. Jordan Love against the baby, Kyler Murray. I mean, that Cowboys Lions is a little intriguing.
That is sneaky good.
But honestly, I'll have to piggyback off that. The Commanders Ravens. I'm gonna be into that one right there because that's just two good squads. I'm hoping ain't no real losers.
4-something. Is that a 3-something game?
It's a noon game.
Damn. I'll still be able to watch it, but I'll be halfway busy, but not okay. You got juicy news tonight, son?
Yeah, I can just a juicy.
All right, let's do it properly.
Juicy convo. Juicy convo.
Nice pour.
Oh, okay.
Let's get another solid one.
16-ounce
fresh
cup.
Squeezed juice.
Yeah, that's some good apple juice.
Because if you don't know, now you know. Young brother, young sister, young player, Dwight Howard. P. Diddy.
Baby, oh.
Porter family.
Because if you don't know, now you know.
Cheetah.
He didn't know.
Juicy news.
Because if you don't know, now you know. Recent news here. There's a bunch of stuff that's been going on, but I don't know if you kept up with the Cardi B and Offset situation. They beefing again. Apparently, they finna get a divorce. She went on live. Pretty much same thing. I guess caught him cheating. Then
this is like 2 or 3 women though. This go around.
Yeah, the 2 or 3 women. But can you really blame her? They're gonna get divorced before she stayed with him. Think it happened again. She stayed with him. This is the final straw. We don't know if they're gonna end up doing it or not. But it might be on point because there is speculation that Cardi B got her revenge, pretty much saying Offset was doing
Stephon Diggs. That's who
you heard it. You heard about it. Yeah. Stephon Diggs. That's why I was like, oh, it correlates into the segment, to the sports realm. Apparently, she was texting. Stephon Diggs, and then Stephon Diggs for those who don't know, that's the receiver for the Houston Texans now, was former receiver for the Buffalo Bills, and prior to that was for the Vikings. Solid receiver for sure. But Stephon Diggs actually got a reputation saying for being player, womanizer, one that will hop in another player's, not his wife, not the wife, but they might know, because there was one clip of while he was on the Vikings, they asked the locker room, who would you least like player, teammate to date your sister? And then the consistence was Stephon Diggs.
Oh, damn.
And there's also other clips of showing, hey, dude's out here, he's living his life.
He's just wilding.
Yeah, he's doing his thing. But speculation that Cardi B and Stephon Diggs,
but the baby's not his. That is supposed to be Offset's.
No. Yeah, it's supposed to be Offset's baby, but it was wild. She was 8 months pregnant. But
I'm gonna let that. I'm just gonna leave that alone. I can't do nothing but yeah. I'm gonna be quiet.
That's your juicy news. Because if you don't know, now you
know. No, that's good juicy news. Good juicy news. All right. We have a guest tonight. Let's welcome in the Dominator.
Oh, right. Okay. We in here.
Just make him feel welcome. Feel welcome.
There you go. It's always good at Sit Your Ass Down Studios.
It's very comfortable place to sit.
It is.
So sit your ass down. So sit your ass on down. Get comfortable. Get comfortable. Sit back. Relax.
We're going to be here.
All right, son. Who we got tonight? Who's our guest?
My man, guest, a longtime friend down from Cape Girardeau when we both went to SEMO. Now he's back in the Lou. But me and Dom, man, we've been friends for a while. We were former roommates too as well. He actually worked at Texas Roadhouse with Ash, my fiance, down in Cape. So everyone knew each other. It was Cape. Everyone knew each other. But yeah, and with Corey. Corey too it was me, Corey, and Dom in Missouri Street down in Cape, and we held it down. And from there, watching fantasy football. We actually in a league together.
They actually got me into fantasy. That was the first year I ever played, was with them. Had no idea anything about football, and been in it for 4 or 5 years now.
Nice.
We watched it every Sunday. Had the red zone on. How can you not? We
Right.
actually face each other this week, and head to head in fantasy, and both of our teams is cold. So
okay,
I think this is gonna be a good matchup. He got a real good squad. Are you still undefeated?
5-0 right now, but
5-0. I'm 5-0 too as well. So it's going down. So it's perfect that we have him on. Y'all give a welcome hand to Dom.
The Dominator.
Dominator.
Woo. The Dominator. That's his
What
new
up,
nickname.
Dominator?
He's the
What's up, Dom?
Dominator.
Yes, sir.
So my first question for you, D told me that you like UFC.
Yeah.
Let me back up. If you had a nickname, if you were in the octagon, what would your nickname be?
Oh, I think it would probably have to just go with Dominator. It's just,
I'm gonna say Dominator.
I already just gave you one,
I'm about
didn't
to say.
I go with
That's
anything
perfect.
else. Nobody's gonna like it.
And your name is in it. Like
D, what would yours be?
Actually, it's so funny. I've actually thought about this multiple times. So I'm trying to think of. It was an old cartoon, and it was Dave the Barbarian, and it was like a little cartoon. He was a cartoon barbarian. So I'll probably do Dave the Barbarian Johnson, because you're just wild. You know what I'm saying? Crazy.
Don't know where you're coming from.
He don't know where he come from, but dude's a problem. The Barbarian.
There you go. I like that.
That'd be pretty hard. What about you?
I'd be the Piranha. Oh,
Why the Piranha?
yeah, but chew that ass up and spit you out.
Hey, don't sleep on the Piranha.
Hey, the Piranha's gonna get you.
Vicious.
Hey, and they don't let up. That's the thing about a Piranha.
Yeah.
Once they get you,
it's a wrap.
it's a wrap. It's
a
over
wrap.
with. So
Money.
nice. I like that. Who's your favorite fighter? Dom, who's your favorite fighter?
I got a couple. I'll go with Chandler just because he's from 5 minutes from where I grew up. His family went to my high school, so.
Tell us more about that. Where'd you grow up?
I went to Northwest, so it's Burns Mill, Cedar Hill, a little south of Fenton.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he grew up probably like 5 minutes, 10 minutes away.
Okay.
Towards Farmington in that area.
towards that way. Yeah.
Yeah. Got you.
Yeah.
Michael Chandler.
Yeah.
Nice.
Dude's a dog. Dude's a dog.
He came into our practice room one time and he just beat every single person all the way up to heavyweight. Everybody just double leg him through the wall. It was
Man, I mean,
since then.
Yeah, he always puts on an entertaining fight.
He does, and for a while he was fighting like Padea, fighting every time you looked up. Chandler was on the card, or like a Gaethje.
Right,
Gaethje. I think he's slowed down though, hasn't he? I haven't seen Gaethje in quite a while.
He had that war in his last fight. He probably needed some time to.
What was it? Him and Max Holloway, right? I think that's the last time I seen him. And that was the
that's the one that Holloway at the last minute,
like towards 2 seconds left. He points down and with 2 seconds left, knocks him
out.
That was for the BMF title.
Yeah, that fight.
That was crazy.
That was a crazy fight. This last one, I didn't see it. I didn't make it, D.
I didn't get to watch it because I was just at a conference. But from what I saw, the highlights. Dom, did you get to see it?
I saw some of it. I didn't stay up for the last fight, which I heard was good.
It is in our replays, OD, if you get a chance to check it out.
Oh, it's in the UFC replays?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm going to check it out for sure.
I
heard it was a war.
But he did win, though, from what I understand. He won.
It was like he knocked him out in the 4th round or TK'd him in the 4th round. But I guess in the 1st round, he got clipped.
Oh, wow.
Pieta, he got clipped. Dang, let me do my due diligence.
It makes me definitely want to watch it.
What's Buddy's name?
Khalil Herbert? Is that who?
Oh, yeah.
Herbert, yeah.
Yeah.
Everything I heard, they said that he showed a lot of heart and he just brought the fight to him right off the bat. You know, people are afraid. He just walked forward swinging, apparently. So
sometimes you take it to the champ.
Yeah. And then you got nothing to lose, for real.
And that's about the only way you're going to take the belt away from the champion. You got to bring that fight and stay consistent with it.
And hope you can clip him because Buddy do got knockout power. He's a solid dude.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he got knockout power.
Oh, I'm definitely going to check this out.
Yeah, like you said, he just went in there and just brought the fight to him.
I don't know who was going to fight next, though, because they brought Khalil up, and he was like 10 to 13 ranking, I think.
Dang.
Just brought him in because who's going to fight him.
There's nobody else, that dude keeps fighting at an unimaginable pace.
I'm ready to fight. He just texts Dana, ready to fight. And man, that was a month ago you just fought. Right. Slow down.
Hey, Dana doesn't mind putting him on the card. He said, if you're ready to fight, I'll put you on there.
Yeah. Especially if you're just knocking people out like that.
Mm-hmm. I was going to ask you who's your favorite team, but I saw your jersey.
Yeah, we got the Kelsey jersey.
Okay.
Nice.
I didn't get into football until really when the Chiefs were good. Naturally, especially being in the area.
Johnny come lately. Dommy come lately.
Hey, so only NFL game I've been to is the Chiefs game, so we'll go with that.
Hey,
okay. And if you got to choose a squad, that's not a bad one to choose.
That's not a bad squad, you know.
Not a bad one.
Hometown, this Missouri.
Now, is this, I think this is their bye week, right?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, it is their bye week.
So Niners got a mini bye. The Chiefs got a full bye, and they play on Sunday the 20th. That's gonna be a Super Bowl rematch.
Yeah, that's what they were waiting for.
Yeah,
that's gonna be playing that out right.
I'm looking forward to watching that one for sure.
Is CMC gonna be back?
No.
They're gonna just hold him out. They're gonna hold him out to like.
They're saying probably the first, second week in November.
Okay,
which I think that's appropriate.
Ain't no rush for real.
There's no rush.
And go ahead.
Now, I was gonna say if the season gets too far gone, no need to bring them back anyway.
Right.
But I mean, after last night, it looks like they righted the ship.
Yeah. I was just we're talking about
they righted the ship.
Yeah, they were running the ball just fine.
Like 76 yards and almost scored.
And
he did.
Underdog mentality. He's like, this is my shot. I gotta go for it.
I'm glad though he did, because somebody was telling me today, man, he should have went in for the touchdown. I was like, no, you let the clock continue to run down. You don't give them that much time. And he said when he was running, he saw the fellas looking like motioning to get down. So that's when he got down right at the last minute. What are your feelings in terms of Kelsey, his play so far? Seems like he's starting to get the ball more.
He is now. Yeah, Rice is out. Worthy looks good. Juju had a good game. think they got to just keep getting him the ball. When they get him the ball, he does good things. But he is getting older, so maybe he's slowing down. I don't know.
I don't think he's lost a step. I think it's the way they defend him now. You don't give him that soft middle like he's had for years and years. You can double team, in my opinion, because they don't have a go-to receiver right now. I double team Kelsey.
Yeah.
And make Worthy beat you, make someone else beat you.
He was emerging as far as a number one receiver. As far as if Kelsey's covered, I'm gonna look at Rashi because they keep some speedy guys, perfect for their system, perfect for their offensive play. But Worthy, like you said, he had speed, crazy speed, and then
he had a touchdown Monday night.
They pulled Juju off the couch. They said Juju was he even on the roster?
Remember they got him back from New England. He was with New England last year. They signed him as a free agent.
Signed him as a free agent?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because he came out of nowhere. He like drop a pass or something like that, or he dropped a pass, it caused an interception, but then he came right back to him and then got the touchdown. On the next possession, got the touchdowns. Man, yeah.
They continue to win. It's been smoke and mirrors, but however it ends up, when the clock hits 0,
they're the winners.
5-0. That's all that matters. It don't matter how you do it, as long as you win the game. I see
crazy.
Down the line, though, they got a couple L's coming their way.
Yeah, they're gonna slip up.
Somebody's gonna get them.
Oh, it's gonna have to be. They're not gonna go undefeated.
Main thing for them is just controlling home field advantage. But hell, they went on the road this past year. It didn't phase them.
And that's what people were saying. Oh, they're gonna go on the road.
Mm-hmm. This is the first time they had to do it.
It did not matter.
The one thing I give them that. Go ahead.
Somehow they just find ways to win.
Exactly,
experience, man.
The one thing I give him, and this might be his best coaching job in a while, is Andy Reid, with so many weapons missing from the lineup that you were expecting to be there. And he's got them at 5-0, and they're going to be the team to beat. It's got to be one of his best coaching jobs in forever. The dude knows how to coach. He didn't get enough credit. He knows how to coach, and he knows how to put a plan together that the team feels comfortable with week in and week out. So hats off to him. I got to give him all the props. And like I said, D, on our podcast the other night, I'm done hating on Mahomes. It's just whenever he loses it, then that's when I can pile on. But till then, he's the man to beat.
And I don't even think it was for real. Like, hating is just almost just like, damn, where this dude come from? And he
didn't believe it because I thought it was just overhyped. Exactly. I think that's what it was. Just, come on, man. He can't be.
He is the real deal. And then the fact that he comes from just like an all athletic background. He played baseball, played basketball. He's just overall athlete. And then
Dad was a good pitcher until he retired.
That's what I'm saying.
He drinks a pitcher.
No, he drinks a pitcher. Smoking on that Joe Burrow.
Man.
That Joe Pack.
Any other sports that you actively watch?
Mostly just, UFC and football pretty much. UFC, we're lucky it's year round, so pretty much every Saturday. I've been missing lately, but I catch 90% of them probably.
Because even if they don't have they got the UFC main event or UFC fight night, something like that.
Yeah, it's always something. They just know how to make money, especially now they're getting on ESPN, and he signed that contract with ESPN. Now they're just showing it just like a regular sport. It is now. The popularity of it is just taking over.
It went mainstream.
It went mainstream. Especially, that's what I'm saying. Around COVID, that was all we really had to look forward to watch was some UFC, and they figured it out to where they can still provide that entertainment. So as far as UFC go, you're talking about Chandler. Who puts on a more entertaining fight? I'm gonna give you 3 fighters: Michael Chandler, Justin Gaethje, or Dustin Poirier.
That's tough. I guess we don't count. Poirier got the interim belt, didn't he?
He got the interim belt, but when it came down to facing the champ, and he's always in those title fights, but it never seems to be in his favor. He can be on the main card, but he just never gets that win. Same thing for Gaethje. Gaethje's incredible, and he be knocking fools out, but when it comes down to that the main event and getting that title, he doesn't do it. Same thing for like Chandler. Chandler puts on a great fight, but he be getting knocked out too.
I'd go with Gaethje.
Gaethje is a dog. Gaethje's a dog. If Khabib wouldn't have retired, he'd still be champion
for sure.
And then the buddy who got the title now, what's his name? Magnomedov?
Islam Makhachev?
No, Makhachev?
Yeah.
He's just like a Khabib. He's a ground and pound brawler. I'm gonna get you on the ground and I'm just gonna impose my will. It's just very physical.
Yeah, he thought Volk came up. He did come up in weight, but he knocked Volk clean out.
He fucked up.
Damn.
So they fought the first time, and then because he thought it was close. He thought he could hang with him. That second time, it wasn't even. He said, "Go back there." He literally kicked him back down to the division. He said, "Get back down there." That was his. But I'm looking for the next to fight him because he's running that division too.
I don't even know if they have one scheduled or not. I'm trying to think.
It's been a minute since he fought.
We got 308, and then of course 309 is supposedly gonna be John Jones, and we'll see.
Man, I hope so.
I hope so, D. But I'm still, like I've said before, I'm not holding my breath. I just think something's gonna happen. Excuse me, where John Jones ain't gonna be able to do it. I just don't know what it is.
Who's he facing? I'm blanking on his name.
Stipe.
You think Stipe's in shape? I'm sure
he better be. You've had nothing but time to be ready.
It's
full-time job being a firefighter too, though. So
yeah, I'm sure he's working out doing that. But fighting is a whole different thing. You got to get in that.
He's got to be training.
But you got to be in that mental state, though. I feel like that's why Pierre always be fighting because you just stay in that mode.
And he's unbeatable because
right.
He's always willing to fight. And I think I mentioned that a few podcasts ago. Stipe hasn't fought anybody. Seems like he'd have to have a tune-up fight, something just to show that he deserves
to get back in the cage.
Yeah, just to show us that you're deserving of this fight.
Knock the rust off because you can't.
John Jones is gonna knock the rust off of him. The rust, the dust, and the must.
Because John Jones he can do it all. He can wrestle, submission, stand up. He can pretty much do it all.
Last time we saw him, he could.
Last time we saw him, it's been a year?
It's going on a couple years now.
It's been over a year, and it was pretty much. He just said, like, I'm bigger, I'm better than you. Tossed him around.
And it's been
I forget if he submitted him or what, but
might be running up on close to 2 years in a little bit.
Yeah, I believe it's coming up. Was it January or February?
It'd
be like 2 years.
Yeah,
right. Took 3 years off. Came back for a hot minute.
We ain't seen you since a year.
We hadn't seen you since you got the belt. So,
what do you guys think if they've been talking about for Pereira maybe going up to heavyweight? What if he fought John Jones? What do you think?
I don't see that one. I don't think that'd be a good move for him.
First time three division champion, but he hasn't.
That's crazy. I think he could do it, but
he'd have to fight at that weight for a while. I think he'd have to move into it. He'd have to get comfortable in it.
He's close because I think he's probably like a natural 225er. He's probably like 225.
They say he gets up to 225
because he's a light heavyweight now, right?
Yeah, he's light heavyweight, so that's 205.
You're just about there.
You don't really have, as long as you can figure out how to keep that weight.
But those dudes are so much bigger, though.
And I'm just saying, he's getting knocked out by Adesanya and Buddy that he just fought, and that's a middleweight.
These fellas are hitting you with bricks. I just don't know. I don't see it.
You got to properly be ready to go up. Now, I don't see too much. I'm not going to say like competition. Don't get me wrong, but I don't see no one who's.
But even like that Khalil Roundtree or whatever his name.
Oh, that's who.
Yeah, Khalil Roundtree. That's who it was. Yeah.
That's who he beat?
Yeah, that's
who he fought.
No, okay.
No, I'm thinking the fight before that. What was his name? It was a non-title bout. The two heavyweights.
Curtis Blades.
I think that was. Or was it the Derek
Lewis?
Derek Lewis.
Black Beast.
But see, those dudes are way bigger than Alex.
Yeah.
And that's where I think would. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They got like meat hooks for hands.
Yeah. Ham hocks. They literally go whole turkey.
Some of them guys are like with the 265, 260.
And I'm just saying, man.
Yeah, and you're barely scratching 225. I don't know. I'm checking out the Dodgers got a 1-0 lead here.
Oh, who they facing?
The Padres, Game 5 to see who's going to take on the Mets.
Okay.
Yeah, it's interesting.
You watched, I caught all the Blues game the other night. I caught some of it while I was out. They came back from being down like 3 or 4-1.
It was 4-1, yeah. 4-1, and they came back. I think they had, 3 goals in the final period, something like that.
I gotta
maybe
get
it's
in
2 goals.
some more hockey. I do like going to the games.
I just couldn't do it because if my Niners are playing, I don't switch the channel.
Yeah.
I try not to text. I don't do it. I'm just watching, focused on the game.
Like,
I try to give them my full attention. But no, the Blues are going to be good this year. The moves that Doug Armstrong made, they'll be back in the playoffs. I'm going on wax. I know I said it last year. I thought they would bounce back, but they didn't. But he's put together a nice squad up and down.
I'd like to see it. I don't watch it a whole lot, but like Dave said, you go to the game, it's just an electric.
Oh, it's popping.
Oh, it's a whole different experience.
Yeah,
it's totally different.
Real live.
And I can watch it on TV and enjoy it if you watch a full game or at least a period so you can get into it, just not breeze in and breeze back out. But it's a very exciting sport, especially like you said in person. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's like a soccer and basketball as far as pace, up and down, back and forth, and you can easy to track. You can easy to see and pick up. I've never played hockey before, but just knowing sports in general, you can understand the gist. And we got a good hockey team, champs not too long ago, about 6 years ago,
2019.
What's so 5?
Like that long ago.
No, but it seems like it's been forever.
It's been a minute.
It seemed like it took forever for them to do it, though. I just remember following them back in the 60s when I was a little kid, and they used to always get close, and then they'd break your heart. Like Mizzou. I always compare them and Mizzou.
It's the Blues.
They get close, get your hopes up, and then they just like, oh, man, you did it to me again. You got me.
Not the Cardinals, though. Cardinals know how to finish. Pause.
Yeah, not the last 2 years, but I know what you mean. Overall, as an organization,
organization.
They've had some success.
They've had a couple frustrations.
Yeah, and complications. Well, Dom, we appreciate you coming on, man. Anytime you want to join us, let D know, and we'll have you on.
I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for
All right.
Dom, appreciate you, man.
Thanks to our guest Dominic for joining us. That's the Dominator. Dom. We enjoyed having you. Thank you so much for coming on with us, and you're welcome anytime.
Man.
Now, D, we're moving to those pops, flops, and props.
Pops, flops, and props.
Who are you propping tonight?
Pops is actually going to go to Falcons.
Or Pops, yes.
Yeah, it's going to go to Falcons on that Week 5. Kirk Cousins, 509 yards. Big win last Thursday to beat the Bucs and to take the division. We got the Panthers this week, so we should get this dub. Hopefully we get this dub and make it happen. Pops the Falcons.
All right. My pops going to be for the two teams still standing in the WNBA finals.
Okay.
At the New York Liberty, and Minnesota Lynx.
They're in the championship.
So congratulations and pops to those two teams. Who you flopping?
Flops is going to go to, I did the Browns organization. Being 1-4, you gave $200 million to a quarterback who's worth $230 million.
Guaranteed.
For a quarterback who's playing like $2.30 because boy is trash. You guys are 1-4. You guys put this might go down as a worse quarterback decision than Johnny Manziel. And the Browns drafted him too, so that's a flop. Also, I think it's a flop to the Jets organization. As far as distractions, you can't seem to figure it out, getting your ish together. So we'll see, but definitely the flops is going to go to the Browns organization, but the Jets could have been in that situation too.
All right, my flop is going to go to everyone in Buffalo from the Bills organization from the top down who really thinks we believe Josh Allen did not have a concussion the other day. Dude had a concussion. It's clear.
Hey,
you could tell he had a concussion. Quit trying to tell us that it's something else. Josh Allen had a concussion. And for you to put him back out there and put him in danger, that's just wrong. So flop to the Bills organization. Who you propping?
Props is going to go to Cam Newton, man. He landed a job with ESPN on First Take. I think it's Fridays or something like that.
Every Friday, yeah.
Every Friday. He's trying to find his success or his field outside of football. You've heard a lot of he stayed in the headlines for negative reasons. A lot of even here recently, even with Shador and Travis Hunter and stuff, they were beefing and stuff like that. But he does have a YouTube show. I think it's 4th and 1. that's doing real well. He's getting those views. He's getting those clicks. I think a lot of stuff he says allows him to get that clickbait. But he lands him a job, and I think he found some success and found a stride and found a field where he can keep providing for his family. So props is going to go to Cam Newton, man.
All right, Cam. Good. My props is going to go to the Kansas City Royals for their turnaround. They made the necessary changes in the offseason to go from a team that was one of the worst a season ago to making it to the playoffs this year. And you pushed the Yankees as far as you could before bowing out. But to the Kansas City Royals organization for turning things around, congratulations, because year over year, it's a 180, and they deserve everything that they got from a positive standpoint. So nice job. All right, son, it's the time of the podcast for us to tell someone to sit your ass down. Man, sit your ass down. Please. And thank you. Who you telling, son?
Sit your ass down is unfortunately going to go to Robert Saleh, man. Sit your strong head ass down. It's tough for him. He didn't really have a good winning percentage. Didn't really have the best of luck, but I think he's going to be more suited in a defensive role. Hopefully he can land a job in a good organization and possibly go back to the 49ers. There'll be a spot waiting for him.
Go home, baby.
You'd be comfortable there, but sit your ass down is going to go to Robert Saleh because the Jets, they fired him as their head coach.
All right, son. Mine, let me first start off by saying I believe in free speech, but when that speech involves racism, bigotry, hate speak, I'm 100% against that. And for the cowards who protested on Highway I-270 here in St. Louis last week, waving Nazi flags, white nationalist signs, but they had masks on.
Right.
Man, sit your ass down. If you want to be that bold and you want to be that brazen, then be man enough to take that mask off so we know who you are. I want to know who is protesting. Why in the United States would somebody be talking about being a Nazi? That has nothing to do with the United States. But that almost made a come on St. Louis. But I just chose to put it here because for those people, like I said, bold enough to do it, be bold enough to take that mask off so we know who you are when we see you.
Man.
We can tell you in your face, sit your ass down. All right, son.
And kick your ass.
Huh?
And we can tell you sit your ass down after we kick your ass.
Exactly, because I want to know.
I want to know, man.
You want to be that bold,
man?
Be a man. Let us see who you are.
Keep the mask off. Be a man.
Be a man.
Fight like a man.
Get your ass tore up from the floor up and the ground. All right. We thank you all so much for listening to us. We thank our guest, the Dominator, for joining us. Good guest, good appearance by him. And we just thank everybody for listening to us. Keep liking, keep sharing.
Please do.
Keep hitting us up for that merch. It's getting cold out. You're going to want those hoodies. Ooh. Yeah, I like that. That's that fresh one. That's the old school me indeed.
This is the workout hoodie.
We got the new logo waiting to make someone a shirt so you can sport it. Hoodie, pants, anything you want, we can come up with. As long as you know what you want, you give us that idea, we'll make it happen for you. But again, thank you for listening to the Me and D
Pops and Son
podcast.
For that ass.
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 D, man, tell them.
Man, but until next time.
What?
I'ma holla.